What's up, guys? It's the Carp here, and we are back with another episode of Career Mode. This is going to be the 5th episode of the Leicester City Career Mode. So we have our first game against Chelsea there. As you can see, I believe it is an away match, so it's going to be a really tough game. We're going to start off with some training here. But yeah, if it's an away match, it's going to be the same case as the Manchester United game last episode, where it's just kind of damage control, because obviously you can't expect to beat a team like Chelsea away, given this current squad. But hey, you never know. We're going to start with our full strength squad, despite the fact that we have a Champions League game the couple of days after this. Well, we've conceded in the first minute, but Vardy has equalized in the 7th minute. Great start there. At least we somehow managed to equalize. A draw here would be an amazing result. A win would be just incredible. So far, it's looking decent. 70 minutes in, still 1-1, and Fuchs has scored a penalty, and somehow we are in the lead. Can we finish with it? We can. Well, that is a shock result there. If you missed the last episode, go check it out. But in that episode, we drew 0-0 at home to Burnley, which was just an awful result, like just so bad. I think we have managed to turn it around, and this is exactly the opposite of that. A match that I would have never expected to win. You know, Chelsea in real life, top of the league by a few points, and doing pretty well this season. In FIFA, they're just as strong. And we beat them 2-1 away with this squad. That does make me a little more optimistic about this season, despite not starting, as well as I would have liked to. But it looks like we've got a couple of youth players to pick from here in these monthly scouting updates. So hopefully there's going to be some good players in there. Yeah, all right. We've already got enough players for this to be worth it. This scout wasn't too expensive. I think it cost like $2 million from our budget. But we've got I think like 7 or 8 players in the youth squad right now, with a lot of them having decent potential. And Wagway is a little bit tired, and Huth, I guess, is actually still out from his suspension that he got in the last episode. So let's see, who do we want on the bench? We'll put, we'll put Wasilewski. Yeah, Wasilewski there. He hasn't played a game this season, but he's going to go on the bench ahead of Huth, obviously, because Huth is, he's got a red card. And Wagway is a little bit tired, but I'm not willing to drop him, just because of that tiny bit of fitness that he's lacking. He should be alright to play this game, and the rest of the squad is looking perfectly fine, despite having played just a couple of days before this. Mostly everyone's on full fitness, and we're at home in this match against Sevilla, who are actually bottom of the group stage table, which is very surprising. Hopefully we can take advantage of their bad form and win, but we have conceded very early on. We've had a habit of doing that so far this series, but we have equalized yet again. Fuchs from the penalty mark. And so it's 1-1 going into halftime, and we've scored just at the start of the second half. Vardy with the goal. Nice to see him scoring again. I think he's went like 3 or 4 games without a goal. So there he is, back on the score sheet, and it's looking like we're going to take the 3 points in this game. We have done 2-1 against Sevilla. Not as impressive as beating Chelsea away, but that is still a very good result. Even with Sevilla in bad form, and even with it being at home, they're still an amazing team. They're challenging in real life. They're challenging for the La Liga title. I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but they are, a few points off the top. So yeah, that's a very good result. And we're just going to get through this training and get into the next game, which is against Crystal Palace. As you can see here, I believe it's at home. It should be. We just played Chelsea away. Yeah, so this one should be at home, which is good for us. Obviously, home games always easier than away games. And it is at home. And Wagway is still in good form, and he's only 25. He could go up in stats a little bit, but he's only a few ratings behind Huth here. So we're going to get Huth back on the bench, but he's not going to start in this game. We're going to keep Wagway in there for the time being, and the rest of the squad is going to stay the same as well, actually. A couple players in very good form right now. Fuchs with 2 goals in 2 games, both from the penalty mark. So decent stuff from him. Don't think he's missed a penalty yet this season. I think he did score 1 more before those last 2 games, if I remember correctly. But hopefully, he can keep that up, and we can put away all our penalties that we receive throughout the season. And now we have Crystal Palace at home, the easiest match of the episode so far. Wouldn't be surprised if we lost it out of nowhere. Winning away to Chelsea and then at home to Sevilla, then dropping points against Crystal Palace does seem like something we would do, given the way things have went so far. And like I said, Benteke there, 34 minutes in, making it 1-0. And it looks like we are actually going to drop points, whether it's a draw or a loss. We're 70 minutes in, 1-0 down, and it's not looking great. Can we at least get an equalizer? No, we cannot. So yeah, a 1-0 loss there to Crystal Palace. I hate it when I'm right, but that is... honestly, I saw it coming. It's the same thing as the draw against Burnley. 0-0 at home against Burnley. Now we've lost at home to Crystal Palace, who, to be fair to them, were top of the league last episode. By the end of the last episode, I'm not sure where they are now, but regardless, if you look at their team on paper against our team on paper, I mean, we should be beating them pretty easily. They are on top of the league. They're actually a point ahead of Arsenal there. So they're not doing too bad, but still a game I would expect to win. They're not the strongest side in the world. I don't really care what form they're on. That's still a disappointing result for me. And next we've got Tottenham away, but again, looking at how our form has went this league so far this season, I would not be surprised if we got a result here. A draw or a win would suffice, but I'm fully expecting to lose. I believe they're like 3rd or 4th or something. I don't know. I just looked at the table. Wasn't really paying attention too much to where they were at. We have went ahead in the game, though, through Mahrez, 5 minutes in. This time we're the ones scoring the early goal. And Christian Eriksen there equalizing for Tottenham. Hopefully we don't concede anymore. It would be amazing to get at least a draw out of this game. 60 minutes played, still 1-1. It's looking good. But Wanyama there has made it 2-1. But Fuchs, yet again, with a goal from left back. And he's saved us a point because it ends 2-2. Very decent result there against Tottenham. We've got a few tough games out of the way pretty early in the season. I do like that. That's going to be good. It's nice to play the harder games earlier in the season. That way, later in the season when some teams are struggling with, playing in multiple competitions or whatever. If we can keep going and gain a couple points towards the end of the season, it's always nice. But we do have Olympic Lyon here at home. No, this one's going to be away, actually, because we played the home leg earlier. And we're going to go into the youth squad now, and we're going to release a couple of players like him, and we're actually going to keep the rest of them. Now, this guy here, I was talking about him last episode, and he now has a potential of 84 to 94 rated. He's already 60 rated, and he's only 15 years old. That is pretty incredible. That is one amazing youth player that I can't wait to sign up, into the squad and start training him. But he is only 15 still, so we're going to have to wait a little bit. Who else we got? Second best is probably this guy here, this left winger, 74 to 94. Potential 58 rated, decent stuff there. We're just going to let the rest of those guys keep developing. We're not going to sign any of them into the senior team just yet. But now we have Olympic Lyon away to deal with, and Wagway is going to lose his starting spot at center back. Huth is going to go back into the lineup, and Mahrez and Bayern both with a +1 on their rating. I'm not sure when exactly that happened, but that's nice to see. Fuchs with that up arrow, he scored another goal in the last game. Hopefully he can keep scoring. Always nice to see our defender scoring. Hopefully Drinkwater can continue his form of last episode and scores a couple of goals. That would be great. Vardy and Slimani, not the best partnership I've ever seen up there so far this season. But as soon as Slimani starts firing, hopefully it'll blossom, and they'll both just score, maybe a goal every other game each, and I'll be happy with that. 20 minutes in, nothing so far. Slimani, you could see from that headline earlier, he is struggling this season. I'm not sure if he's even scored a goal yet, so he really needs to score for his confidence. As soon as he gets one goal, they're going to start flowing in, I'm sure of it. But he needs to score that goal first, and Bayern there, an unlikely candidate to score the winner, but that looks like that is the winner. It's 1-0. That is a very good result, especially considering that we drew them 1-1 at home. So, that shows how inconsistent we are this season. Beating them 1-0 away while drawing at home is, odd. But I'll take it. I'll take the points anywhere I can get them. And now we've got West Brom in the next game. Hopefully it's a home match, but I'll have to wait and find out. Don't want to manage Mexico. No, Chilwell, you're not starting. Fuchs is in amazing form right now. It is at home, so again, on paper, this is one of the easiest games of the season. But we saw what happened against Burnley. I'm going to start our strongest squad. We need the 3 points here because, again, these are the games that are important. I've said it a lot of times, but when you're a team like Leicester, these are the games that you have to be winning. Against the weaker opponents. The easy points are the ones you need to take every time. And Slimani's picked up a slight injury there. It's obviously not too serious because he's still on the pitch, but he probably will get substituted later on. So yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. He is off now. Musa's on, and 60 minutes played. No goals yet. Don't draw another game 0-0. Oh my God, it's looking okay. Mark Albrighton has saved it for us. Left it pretty late. 81 minutes played. I was fearing that 0-0 result again. Obviously, 0-0 is a very bad result. That's the scoreline we had against Burnley at home, and that was almost embarrassing for us. So a 1-0 there, not too bad at all. Would have expected a couple of goals, but as long as we get the 3 points, I'm happy. And Chowdhury, again, I mentioned this last episode. He is progressing very, very quickly as a player. He's only 7 ratings behind Ndidi there. He's 1 year younger, I believe. I'm not sure what their potential is for either of them, but Chowdhury's went up 7 ratings so far, while Ndidi has went up 4. So we could see Chowdhury catch him at some point, but that'll be later on in the season. We're going to look at the table again, and we're up to 5th place. Last episode we were in 6th place, although Manchester United actually has 2 games in hand on us, so they're most likely... if they draw one of those, they're going to go ahead of us. So yeah, we're basically in 6th place still. So exactly the same place that we were last episode. Crystal Palace still in first place. Somehow. We'll see how long they can keep that going. But that's going to be the end of this episode. So leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys.